The young heroes of the Marvel Universe are on the run with a traitor in their midst. How much longer can they hide? Well, let's hop into the pages of Champions issue number 2 and find out together, shall we? So then, as the issue opens up, we see the fate of Red Locust, Snowguard, Bombshell, and Starling, the Champions members who had been arrested and taken away to a re-education center wherein the headmistress is desperately trying to brainwash them with endless harangues. It's Snowguard who probably ends up getting the line of the issue saying that where she's from, these kind of places are called residential schools. Wow, major hats off to Eve-Al Ewing for knowing her Aboriginal Canadian history. I am legitimately shocked that someone in American comics not only made this reference to one of the darkest chapters in Canadian history, but also managed to find a great parallel to the outlawed story. These superpowered prisoners try and stage an escape, but once again we see more members of the New Warriors using their powers to help C.R.A.D.L.E, in this case Time Slip, rewinds time to before the breakout started. The irony is also not lost on anyone that the New Warriors were themselves a team of young Marvel heroes, much like the Champions, who arguably screwed up just as much, if not way more than them, and are now actively serving federal forces and trying to keep other young heroes down. Admittedly, they've yet to explain why the New Warriors are so quick to do this new job. I get the feeling that probably would have been explained in that New Warrior tie-in to Outlaw that keeps getting delayed. Now today just so happens to be a big one because supporters of the Champions are out in force for a big rally. Their talking points are actually pretty damn solid. The Marvel Universe is dangerous enough as it is, and why would you actively want to take more heroes off the streets who could make a difference? Furthermore, Kamala's law as it stands is just another in a long line of laws that claim to be creating safety when in reality they're causing more harm than good, what with increased police presence in schools, extra search and seizures, and the disproportional effect that all of those things have on Black, Brown, and LGBTQ youth. The demonstration actually ends up getting crashed by counter-protesters, led in part by Miles' classmate from the previous issue. They claim that Kamala's law is a common-sense law, and that the government only wants what's best for everybody, you weren't there, etc., etc. Things get so heated that eventually the agents of C.R.A.D.L.E jump on in and start beating heads as well as arresting kids. Miss Marvel, Spider-Man, and Nova are watching from afar and they wonder what their next course of action should be. If they intervene, they could spark an even bigger brawl, but hey, as far as they're concerned, the government has branded them outlaws anyway, so might as well hop on in and do the right thing while they can, right? All this craziness, as we discover, is actually happening in Riri Williams' backyard. Riri is taking the death of Viv pretty hard and actually seems like she's hung up her costume. Inevitably, though, she's forced to have a reckoning with her choices when the Champions choose to lie low at her house. It's here, too, that a lot of bad blood starts boiling to the surface. Riri snaps at Kamala, saying she wasn't there when Viv died and that her secret identity didn't get outed by all the hearings. Miss Marvel snaps back and also says some things that she'll probably end up regretting, like wondering if Riri quitting around the same time that C.R.A.D.L.E raided their base of operations and arrested a bunch of their friends might just make her the traitor. Believe it or not, it's actually here Sam Alexander for once ends up acting like a calming force, saying that while out of the costume, Riri still has a lot of prospects, her MIT schoolwork, her super intelligence. For other young heroes like him, asking them to stop fighting crime and corruption is tantamount to basically asking them to stop being themselves. Unfortunately, all these breakthroughs are going to have to be put on hold as the agents of C.R.A.D.L.E have tracked our heroes back to the house and another big brawl breaks out. But wait, who's that watching on television? It's Viv Vision, who it seems did indeed drop a dime on her old team, but not because she was angry or anything, quite the opposite. She only wanted to help the Champions be safe and protected, but never did she think it could all go so badly, which is why she is trying to get as far away from New York as humanly possible. And so that was Champions number 2, and I must say this book is doing a much better job with the whole Civil War but for young superheroes concept than I thought it might. Yes, the team is still fighting with each other. Yes, the deeper ideas behind whether or not young people should be superheroes is getting explored and discussed and dissected in a number of ways. But thankfully it's not devolving into heroes coming to blows or picking sides with each other. Basically, Eve-Al Ewing is letting us keep all the drama and intrigue but without the heroes needing to, act out of character. I will admit, though, this second issue does kind of tread a lot of the same material from the first, but by and large, though, I think it's headed in the right direction. I'm definitely excited to keep reading it and seeing where it goes. Overall, I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10.
Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cave Jewel, and if you're seeing me right now, that means you watched to the end of the video, which I am very appreciative of. It really helps drive engagement and retention and all that other good YouTube stuff. So does liking and commenting. Wink wink. If you like my content too, you should check out my Patreon page. We just redid all the tiers, so there's a ton of great rewards. You can become a patron for as little as $1 a month, and well, it would just really help me out. It's never expected, but always appreciated. So until next time, everyone, I've been Cape Joel, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.